vlog. Tonight we're back at the coast again. It's coming up to sunset. We are 20 to 8 and we've come out tonight to photograph this little sandstone pinnacle. It's actually called Charlie's Garden, and I believe that's because a guy used to have a garden on top of the stack that he used to look after in 1855. I'm guessing that it was attached to the mainland then. But wow, what an absolutely lovely little spot. We've been here for maybe 40 minutes. We've given ourselves plenty time today just to come down and have a look, really. The main reason for the visit is to actually come back tomorrow morning for sunrise. The sun is going to rise directly behind the sea stack, so hopefully we'll get some lovely sunrise colours tomorrow morning. But wanted to come down tonight really just to look at the tide. High tide was at 7 o'clock and sunset is 10 to 8. And we just wanted really to gauge how far in the tide would be. I think that's one of the things that we found recently. We've been doing a lot of Seascape, and you turn up at locations that you've not been to before, not knowing what the tide's going to do. So we actually, we've actually been here 4 times today, just sort of checking in and looking how far the tide's in. So yeah, don't know whether you will have seen or about to see, but I've got my wellies on and I've nearly been soaked already, that far off being wet through. We've got a little smidge of colour just above the sea stack, but as yet nothing else really to shout home about. So we'll see how the night gets on, but it's just been great really to come down and spend a bit of time planning tonight in preparation for tomorrow morning. So most of the shots that I've done so far have been landscape. And what I'm trying to do on this one is exactly that. So using the force of the water coming in to fill the gaps in between the rocks and then leading out towards the stack. The waves are so powerful tonight. I mean, it's nearly an hour after high tide and it's still coming in with a lot of force, which is promising for tomorrow morning. I think I've got the shot that I want there, but just going back to what I said before about the tides, you've really got to have your wits about you. When we came down at about 2 o'clock today, there was a local guy that I asked about the tide and how far it comes in, and he actually said it comes right in up to the wall, which it does sort of further round, but luckily we can get into this little spot here, which is great. But that's maybe a tip if you're going somewhere to the coast and you've not been before and there's somebody local, maybe just ask a question. It's the first time probably on a trip out that we've been lucky enough to see someone, but it gave us a bit of an idea. And as I say, we wanted to come down tonight just to sort of make sure that for tomorrow morning we'll be good to go, and it is all about that planning. What we can't plan for is the weather. It is forecast to be nice, so hopefully it will be. But yeah, it's lovely. Okay, so it's 8:15 and the sun has set. Unfortunately, we didn't get any colour tonight. But what it has done is given us a real good opportunity to have a look at the area, have a look at some compositions. we're going to call it a night for now, and review the images and maybe see what worked, what didn't work, what I liked, what I didn't like, to maybe try and tweak it and hone it a little bit for tomorrow morning. So we'll say a mini adios, very mini for tonight. Like I say, we'll go and review the images and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Just close your eyes and let them rest. I know it's hard to fall asleep, but do your best. 'Cause there's a place that I go to when I want to hide from all the shades of blue. 'Cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to warm. But I will never leave your side, you're the reason to all my pride, never wither and runs dry, and your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend, our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a day. Just feel the wind. If you look close, you see the lilies dance and how they slowly grow. I'm counting years as they go by. Now all the lilies gone and days is brought to life. 'Cause at times I think of leaving.
Good morning, we're back. It's 6:15 and the sun is due to rise in 5 minutes. We've only got a very, very faint pink hue on the horizon. Unfortunately, it's raining. I've no idea where that come from because it wasn't forecast to rain. But the alarm went off at 4:30. We got up and it was only as we came out the hotel that we realised it was throwing it down. It's eased slightly and we've got an incoming tide, so high tide is 7 o'clock. I've taken a couple of images already, but to be fair, it's not great. There's not a lot of detail in the sky and we've just got this very faint hue on the horizon. Because it's raining, the rocks that we were on yesterday are very slippy, and as the tide's coming in, I sort of think it's probably best to retreat a little bit. Just as I'm talking to you, actually, that pink is getting a little bit brighter, so it still might do something. And then obviously as the sun comes up, hopefully, what I'm hoping for anyway is that we're going to get some light on these rocks, on the sandstone. I've reviewed the images from last night and I think that's what's missing really. They're okay, they're nothing special, not great. I quite liked the compositions, but there wasn't any light at all. As that sun is sort of gonna creep over the horizon and we've got that pink, it's actually making the water look really nice and turquoise. So yeah, just wanted to take 2 minutes just to say good morning. Good morning. There's a plane going over. So yeah, we'll come back to you in maybe 5 or 10 minutes when the people have gone on their holidays. See you in a bit. Okay, so we've had to come back to the car. It absolutely started throwing it down. I'm completely drenched. Bags are drenched, aren't they?
Yeah.
We had a little shower cap and all sorts over the vlogging camera just to try and keep things dry. And pretty much seconds after I spoke to you about the pink in the sky, it just vanished. And we've actually now got white out, grey, miserable. So unfortunately we've called it a day and retreated, but hope you've enjoyed that. It just sort of proves that it's not always bells and whistles. It's not always a lovely bright sunrise that you want, but just glad really that we actually spent some time down there last night. Although they're not fantastic, relatively happy with them in comparison to this morning. I did manage to maybe get one or two that has got a little bit of colouring, but not very much.
We've got to be in it to win it, haven't we? We've got to try. We've got to try.
Got to be in it to win it, as our bud says. So just one thing really is last week we didn't actually properly say goodbye to you because we didn't have a lot of time really, and I was so engrossed in the images that Bud stepped in and sort of spoke to you. So apologies that I didn't say to Raw, but from, where are we? Northumberland.
Yep.
We'll say adios for this week. Hey, look at that for timing. And that wasn't planned. So we'll say adios. And one more. Adios. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.